The Arch-Illager seeks to summon armies of the undead using a power that rests deep within an ancient and forgotten desert temple. Finding the temple, however, is an adventure in its own right, for the entrance lies hidden somewhere in this canyon, a sprawling maze of malevolent mobs and lost secrets.
Let's see, how long is this game? 20, 30 hours? Less. Realistically, I think there's... You can see on the map how many levels there are. I think there's like 10 or 12? Plus a secret level. Plus just everything is replayable. Alright, new enemy type. I guess that's why I got, hold on to this thing. Summon your llama. Why are you not making use of my healing aura, though?
I didn't realize he had it up.
Maybe the black hole would have been better. Oh.
Oh, I was using the wrong ability. Yeah, it's this one that's daggers. There we go. That's how the wave works.
Let's see. So, I don't think this game is particularly short yet, but it also very much feels like an... I'm not going to say an early access product, but it is very overtly in development. Small warning, they might be selling content. Like, this might be a platform to slowly expand available content therein.
You mean various DLC packs and such?
Yeah, so specifically on the main menu, it says... Whoops.
Yeah, not in the middle of combat.
I just bumped it.
Huh.
I'm sorry. Here. Healing aura or that.
I like the ricochet arrow. That's fun.
It's fun. It's super satisfying. It got me through the hardest difficulty levels in the beta. Because I was a weak boy and I was just like, I'm just going to turn the difficulty up to max and just see what happens. And the answer was, I actually did pretty well.
Oh, there's some creepers. And they are blending in with the grass.
Yup.
I actually rather like this new amulet that I got because it seems to more effectively bring back my health.
Yeah, the higher tier ones, like this totem heals a lot more than it used to.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. What is this? Just a beacon? Or detonation?
Yeah. Yeah, so these shaman guys, there's armor for you back there.
Oh, really? Ah, I see. But it's heavy armor.
Yeah. Still. The shaman guys will specifically summon totems that impede your progress.
Oh, I died in that mob.
Ow. Ow. Okay.
There's... Whew. You managed to beat them. How?
Explosives are my friend. Yeah,
Watch out. Make sure all the enemies are gone first.
too many enemies. They're gonna keep respawning though, which is the issue.
Ah! Alright.
Okay. That hurt.
Sorry, sheep. You probably need to heal up a little bit with that apple. Ah, more of them.
Watch out. Back up. Back up. Back up. There we go.
Is that your poison?
Yeah.
Ooh. Ow.
Yeah, we are on the higher levels with the ranged enemies that just absolutely demolish you. I'm not sure if this is...
Which is why we should have had the range totem.
Yeah, but it only lasts for 6 seconds and it's stationary.
True.
Like it's cool on paper.
Oh, you used your laser to effect.
Ow.
That may have saved me. accidentally using one of my healing items. Oh, whoa, little ones! Ah!
I really wish this thing would actually hit through walls.
Oh. There's an Illager.
There we go.
Heavily armored Illager.
There we go.
Now it looks like if you kill the creepers before they
Yeah,
detonate, then
yeah, you
it
can
cancels them.
You can kill them in melee before they get to you and blow up. It's still kind of a risky. It's still kind of a risky thing because if you don't do enough damage, obviously it's not going to work out. Oh, the harp noise is me.
Mm-hmm, because you're going twang, twang.
Well, yeah, because I got a harp crossbow. That's why. Mm-hmm. Let's see. How do you get your wife interested in co-op games?
I've always been a gamer.
Yeah. So I will admit we are maybe not the best people to ask because luckily...
I've been playing games since I was 3 or 4. My father had an Atari that he had purchased in the 70s, and I grew up with that. And then we did PC gaming as early as the mid-90s. And at that point, I was able to watch him play like Myst and stuff. And then I pretty much grown up playing Nintendo 64
wait,
games.
Can you interact with it?
Oh, sure. I can.
Oh!
Oh, it's a
we can interact with these twice. Yeah, one for each player. That makes sense. Yeah, so I will admit I'm not the best person to ask because Shell and I like got to know each other through video games.
Well, yeah, we had a drawing class together, and I was talking about Knights of the Old Republic, and he's like, "Oh, I played Knights of the Old Republic," and then
that said, this is not useful advice. So let's try and find something a little bit more productive than like we are not great people. Look at Baby Swarm coming.
Actually, that shaman inadvertently saved me from the Baby Swarm by making walls.
They come. Okay, just stay away from the detonation ones.
Yes, I know.
And they'll actually work in our favor.
We need to get up to that guy, though.
Yeah, we do. That hurt.
We need to charge through somehow.
Ow.
Ouch! Except that charging through did not work on my end.
Nope.
Watch out for that.
Nope. Alright. Nope!
3 of them. Ouch. Oh, wait. There he is. Over there.
Trying to fight around fallen players. Brutal.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm up. Thanks.
There we go. Okay. There we go. Let's see.
You should probably... Oh, no. You have the healing going on.
Yep. So, if your wife didn't play games in her childhood, first I would actually try and find co-op games. Games in general that might be of interest to her. Watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's another one. There's a lot of these guys around. Well,
it also depends on if they like certain genres. I
Yeah.
find that the reason why I love playing as many games as I do is because of the story. And I grew up watching a lot of science fiction and fantasy movies. And that's one reason why I loved video games, because it allowed you to take part in the adventure as opposed to just be someone in the aftermath reading about it, if you will. There's just an interactivity with games that you don't get with other mediums.
let's see. That said, it'd be worth finding out, like, would she like puzzle games? Because puzzle games are oftentimes some of the easiest ways for people to get into gaming. Just something light, simple, and kind of fun.
Oh, something like Code would be awfully cute.
Code is pretty cute. Could be boring. I was gonna say, like, don't have her play. Just get her interested in the video game itself, and have her play cooperatively with you, specifically by offering input, reactions, solutions. Because that might be easier. Because I find for a lot of people, if you didn't grow up playing video games, handling a controller is actually very uncomfortable. I had the hardest time getting my mother to play video games with me as a kid, with the exception of, like, mostly Mario Party because Mario Party was worth it for her.
It was hilarious the few times that my brother and I tried to have my parents play Mario Party with us because they couldn't get it.
And so there might be some co-op games that you can get her interested in first, but I think you're better off getting her interested in the idea of playing a game with you in that manner. And so Mario Party, Mario Kart, those are good kind of multiplayer things that are very low impact and low effort and low commitment. Because you can play Mario Party over the course of a 45-minute session and then you're done.
And it's like a board game.
And so it makes it fairly easy for, you know, a non-gamer to pick up, put down, and not really care about the results. And most of the games aren't terribly skill-focused. We mentioned Pode, which is a very cute little puzzle game.
That's a puzzle platformer.
Yeah. But that's still... I would still say, like, if you're trying to get, like, a complete non-gamer in, that might still be something you want to wait on.
I mean, really, it just depends on their interests, too, because I know that my friends who didn't really like gaming still would pick up things like Zoo Tycoon because they were fond of animals and liked the idea of, hey, building a zoo. You know?
Yeah. That sort of thing can actually work out really well. So recently I've been playing Parkosaurus, and I think that is an absolutely lovely game. And so... a little complicated to learn, maybe, for somebody that's not used to gaming. But the payoff is there, and it's not a whole lot of effort. Let's see, Don't Starve Together. I'd say Don't Starve Together would be a little much for somebody
new. It might be traumatizing.
Yeah, that would be hard.
You don't want anything that's so difficult that they want to put down the controller and say, this is too frightening or too stressful. Because there's games where I've died a couple of times in this, but I feel like I'm contributing and I'm not dying constantly. But there are games where it would be like that.
Yeah, I'd actually say this is probably the best Diablo-like I've ever played for cooperative experience. It's a little punishing here and there.
Mm-hmm. Especially when the mobs get to be too intense and when some of them are constantly exploding with magical enchantments, but...
yeah, so you can open that up.
Oh, yes. Get my own version of the supplies.
That's nice.
Oh, there's a mage. A couple of them. Ah, watch out for that one. I should probably use this.
Yeah, if you're full up, whoops. I was too busy watching your lasers. Kill them first.
Okay. Oh, wait. That one looks different than the others.
Yeah, they're being buffed.
They're being buffed by something else?
Summon your llama.
Llama.
Just pick me up. You'll be fine.
Wait, I didn't succeed?
Nope, you gotta wait until I'm up. You're fine, you got plenty of health.
Okay. Thank goodness.
Run. Ow.
Yeah, there's something over there that's powering them. Got him.
Yep. How do you bum rush a creeper like that? But that's okay. See, board games and card games together sometimes.
Yeah.
Just thought I could add some variety with your leisure time. Okay.
What is this thing?
So, if she's up for board games and card games, other things you could consider...
oh, Faria. Farias would be nice to
yeah,
do
so if she likes card games, say like, admittedly you gotta clarify what kind of card games we're talking about. Are we talking Magic the Gathering style? Or are we talking,
like euchre or hearts?
Yeah. Because if she's already interested in stuff like that, then it's actually a lot easier.
Because, I mean, that would be strategy, but we really liked Faria because Faria is a mixture of card and board game tactics.
Yeah. Faria is probably one of the...
and there is a co-op mode.
Most pleasant, competitive...
and it is cute.
Card games I've ever played. And you don't have to play competitively, which is quite nice. Mm-hmm. But yeah, gotta clarify if it's like TCGs or Uno or... you can grab the arrows. I'm I have way more than you do.
Yeah, and you see, I got into playing trading card games because of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay,
And then
like poker and Uno. Yeah, it's a little tougher. That said, if she likes board games, there are actually a number of really decent board games.
Well, wouldn't Armello be?
Yeah, so Armello and Terraforming Mars, which is admittedly a board game as well.
Well, it started as a board game.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah.
But Armello is quite possibly one of my favorite games on PC, just because it's just fun. The amount of like dynamism in that game is
that llama
is great.
That's funny.
I think that's actually the key.
Wait, the key was making
Yeah,
the
the key
noise?
on my back, it does not want to be used.
Oh, that's... Oh, okay.
Yeah, and if I get hit, I drop it, and it like sprints back towards where it was being held.
I see. So it's an endurance run of figuring out...
Sort of. It's mostly just don't get hit, and if you do get hit, go back, grab the key. It's easy. This would be a good time for lasers. Yep. Wow, that was effective. I really wish you could enchant the abilities like you can with the gear. Because, like, how great would it be if you could have, like, a bigger laser?
More customization
Always
options.
more customization options. Let's see.
I find that in too many games, they create more abilities and more options, but they're independent of one another, as opposed to having one
Synergies
ability
are fun
that
and customization
synergizes.
is great.
Yeah.
And if you don't have those, it gets kind of unsatisfying.
Because I would rather have one ability that applies a certain type of damage, like fire, poison, ice, and whatnot, but then have another one another one that determines the scope. Like, is it a cone? Is it a scatter shot? Is it a concentrated beam? And that... I'm pretty sure that there's magic-making systems in some games, right?
Yeah, some games. Just hang out the back.
Where you specifically customize how your spells come out. I don't have any arrows. This is a travesty.
Okay. What other games would I recommend?
Oh no! There was a creeper hiding behind those two sand guys.
Gotcha. Got stuck on your corpse.
Ah!
Let's see. What other examples would I give? I mean, honestly, if she's not against it, Magic the Gathering is not a terrible thing to get into, as long as you play it within reason. And that's a good way to dive in. And what else would there be? Yeah, don't backseat too hard. Yep. I've definitely made that mistake with Shell. And vice versa. Shell?
Yeah? Oh, there is a bow. It is... Yep, there it is.
Like, I remember one of the last times I saw Shell freshman year, she was playing Portal because they handed it out free to everyone.
Yeah, everyone who had a Steam account.
Because I think Portal 2 was just announced or something like that. And they wanted as many people to be, like, down for it as possible. Or...
And I'd gotten to the final boss, and I had done an excellent job getting through the game. But you arrived. I don't know if it was announced.
The final boss
not.
was also... I mean, I was moving out. You knew I was coming.
Yeah.
But you were doing the final boss
arrows.
fight, and I was trying to be helpful, and you were getting snappy, and I was like, ugh.
Well, because I always prided myself in being able to figure things out on my own.
See,
I grew up playing a lot of puzzle games and a lot of point and click detective games as well.
Let's see if it worked. Okay, it didn't work. Okay, now we run back. Like, all the way back.
What did that guy do?
He just
Survived
shows
the
up every
ambush.
once in a while with summon friends. I'm not liking this bow that much. I was hoping it would be better. That, like, the whole Death Nova thing sounded real fun. It, like, barely triggers. Don't. Best to use our beams independently.
Okay, I suppose one is sufficient enough. I just wanted to join in.
I know. But no, you do your beam on the wave after me,
Uh-huh.
for example.
That makes sense.
'Cause,
Well, we're
yeah,
getting a lot of souls.
we are. I think one thing I've noticed is because you have 2 soul gathering items, you actually have a higher soul gain than I do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That determines how much you acquire.
Yeah, because each one gives you +1 soul gain, and so every soul is worth more.
You found the ancient desert temple. Who knows what truths and treasures await you inside?
Let's see, is there only 2-player local co-op? I actually have no idea. Oh, I might have unequipped the cool bow. What?
Oh, wait. I got a horn?
I did!
You did unequip the cool bow.
Probably in a blind panic. That would explain a lot of things. I was like, why is my bow so garbage?
Hey, look at what I got.
Okay, trick bow is interesting. You might like it or you might hate it.
I'll salvage these at the very least. Because I know I don't like them. What is this guy? The wind horn. Pushes enemies away from you and slows them. Interesting.
Let's see. So, you might like the trick bow. I'd recommend equipping it and trying to use it in the next zone at the very least.
But would I have to restat it?
Yeah.
Which is the unfortunate thing.
Oh. This presents an interesting problem. Do I want to be mushroom mad? Because if I had all 3 of these equipped, I would have 100% uptime mushroom. I call this the Mario.
I want to see what I get. Ah, tasty bone.
Ooh, Dungeons and Dragons is another one. You have a lot of, yeah. Spend what you want.
I don't know about that. Nah, gear is always best.
Yeah.
Out in the environment. Ooh, a light feather.
I have no idea what that does.
I want to see what it does. Lets you tumble through the air, stunning and pushing enemies back as you go.
So it's like a dodge move.
But is it any different than the wind horn? The wind horn will just probably blast people.
You just go brrr, and it knocks them away.
Yeah, true. And what did I get here? Yeah, both of those were not beneficial. Yeah, this one just doesn't have abilities that I like. Now the evocation robe is nice, but yeah, negative 25% artifact cooldown, 15% move speed aura. Yeah, I like what I currently have. So, where will we go next?
Well.
Ooh, what's the fiery forge? Unless that's one of the areas we're not supposed to go
No.
to.
I mean, truly, we could actually beat this whole game tonight if we wanted to. Like, we don't have to stop ever.
Redstone mines.
Yep. So we're gonna do the redstone mines and then the fiery forge.
We haven't fought many bosses. I'm upset. Also,
there are 2 bosses.
We found the Great Temple. Why didn't we enter it?
Rumblings in the mountains of the overworld. Whispered rumors say the villagers are building something dreadful far beneath these ancient mines. Something of soot, metal, and flame. Only a hero such as yourself could brave the cavernous underground and uncover the truth.
Yeah, we went through all the effort to find that hidden desert dungeon.
We could do that too. I haven't been... Do you want to go out into the desert temple instead?
Wait, you had the option to do that?
Yeah.
Well, then where was it?
Okay, let's go back. I'm just following almost the exact same path that I did when I was playing alone.
But the whole point was to find this sacred dungeon.
Yeah. You know what? I'll be back in like 1 second.
Okay. Can you bring a snack?